Zephyr Breeze, Cherry Jubilee, A True Love by Switched Up. Shortly after that, Zephyr had taken his degree in main stylist. He remained in Ponyville at his sister's college for a few days before he was moving to Trottingham. He had found a perfect work in Trottingham, and he decided to tell his family about it, and they all were excited, and especially Fluttershy was happy that he can move on, because he had sometimes been a burden to his own family, but no pony wanted to tell him. But he decided to move and start his new life there. Only about a week after he moved to Trottingham. At first he had it a bit hard to get used to a bigger city, but after a few days later he actually had managed to adapt and got some new friends. And he loved his work. All the customers very much adored his work, and it was always charming, always friendly. No pony didn't like him. No pony didn't say any bad about him, since every customer loved his work. Even his boss thought that he was just a perfect. First he thought that Zephyr Breeze might be just a regular main stylist, but he saw that Zephyr had his potential to be even better stylist if we get a chance of it. And during one day, during his trip at his work, his boss told him that they were going to have a special guest, and he wanted Zephyr to take care of the guest. And Zephyr asked who the guests were, and he told that it's actually Cherry Jubilee. And Zephyr has heard about her, and he thought that she was very, very beautiful, but he has never talked to her before, and he was excited to meet her in Pony. So he wanted to decide what kind of styles he wanted to give her, but before he decided to give her any particular designs of mane, he wanted to ask her what she wanted, if something her regular style or something new, original by him. And at 2 p.m. she arrived to the stylist. He was very excited but at the same time nervous. He walked up to her since his boss was even there at the time. His boss told Zephyr if she will arrive before he returned, he will take care of her and make sure that she is taken care of. And Zephyr promised to take care of Cherry Jubilee. Cherry Jubilee was very, very polite, and he was polite back, and she asked if they had seen each other before, and they had met at least once in Appaloosa when he was there for a visit. And he took care of her and asked if she was a regular main stylist or something original, and she said, "Surprise me." And Zephyr, he didn't expect that kind of answer, and he wasn't even really honest about which style he would use, since he had developed his own type of style over the past week since he worked there. He decided to give her something unique, but at the same time part of her old original. And after he was finished, he asked her for her opinion about this new style. He was prepared for that she will hate it and not pay for it, and report him to his boss that he made very bad work. But too much opposite. In fact, Cherry Jubilee looked at the mirror back and forward. She turned around to see the sides, and she said, "I love it." Cherry Jubilee actually liked his new style. She thought it was combined with her old and saw something new. And she said that she will recommend every of her friends back home to this salute. And Zephyr then told her that he thinks that she is very beautiful in the new style in the original, and that he had been thinking about maybe ask her out, but he said he will understand if she didn't want to go out with him because she is a celebrity and he is just a regular pony. But she wasn't even mad because he said that. In fact, she said that she would like to go out with him, and she was staying in Torringham for the next couple of days before she's going back home. And she decided maybe they could go out the same next day. And after that, she gave him a kiss and left. He didn't expect getting a kiss from Cherry Jubilee. And when his boss came back, he asked him how everything went. And Zephyr told his boss everything had gone quite well, and that Cherry Jubilee was going to tell all her friends about this saloon and about his designs. And his boss was really proud that he managed to take care both of the saloon and of a very important customer. He even told Zephyr that he was going to raise his payment from 200 to 400 bits in a month. And Zephyr, he didn't expect to get a raise, but he was happy about it. And just the same day, he actually was walking around town and actually saw Cherry Jubilee with some of his friends, but they didn't see him because he walked fast away. But already the next day after that, Zephyr had entered his shift at the saloon. He actually was waiting for Cherry Jubilee outside, and after just a few minutes, she appeared, and she gave him a kiss again. And this time, he actually blushed so much as never before. He asked her with a stutter, "Are you ready?" And she smiled and nodded. Zephyr had took her with her to a local restaurant, and both had this great time. Everything was just great between them. Everything was going well until after they left the restaurant. They would decide to take a small walk through the park and back to where Cherry Jubilee was staying. But at the park, they met at least 3 ponies, threatening Cherry Jubilee, telling her to give all her money, all her jewelry, or get hurt. But Zephyr could not let them to do anything. In fact, he decided to prevent them to do this. He actually told them, "Stop, leave her alone and go." But they just looked at him and laughed. "Ha, that's what you're telling us. You're just only one and we're 3. We can easily beat you down." But what they didn't know, that Zephyr has actually taken some self-defense classes, but only about 3 of them. And Zephyr told them, once again, leave them alone and go, before he hurt them. But they just looked at him and laughed even more. They couldn't stop laughing, and while they were still laughing, Zephyr approached them once again and managed to knock out at least two of them and leaving the third only slightly injured. When the other two came back up from to get their unconscious again, they looked what had happened and saw that he had kicked them unconscious, and they just looked at him and ran away. But shortly after they were about to leave the park, everything went dark for Zephyr. Apparently, these three ponies was actually waiting outside the park, but this time, one of them stabbed Zephyr and he fell to the ground. And Jubilee, she was screaming so loud, and some of the local police was near, just only a short distance away, heard the scream and ran to what had happened. They managed to capture the three ponies just a short distance from the park. And Zephyr had actually lost quite a lot of blood. He was taken to the hospital for surgery. Only less the day after, his parents, his sister, was told about this from Jubilee, and they all were surprised and mostly shocked. Their own son has been attacked and was close to dying. It took 10 hours to help Zephyr from his injuries. He was actually in the hospital for almost 2 weeks because he was stabbed at least 5 times. The doctors told him to rest and not carry anything heavy. And he was afraid that he would lose his work because that he has been in the hospital for nearly 2 weeks. But after that, when he came back, he was prepared for his boss to say that you're fired, leave. But in fact, he didn't. It turns out that Jubilee has been there and explained to his boss what has happened. And since Jubilee was supporting some part of his business to give him some donations to keep their salon to get new equipment and everything else. And even since Zephyr has been the boss owners of the saloon's owners, the best employee. And since every other customer loves him for his charm, his personality, and his works, he decided to make him a co-owner of the saloon. But he said that Zephyr can take a vacation from work as long to recover from his injuries, and that took about nearly 3 weeks. And when he came back, Zephyr was very surprised to see a lot of his customers and even Jubilee there waiting and cheering for him that he's trying to save Jubilee from being attacked and even something worse like being hurt to be stabbed by those three ponies. Zephyr asked about what happened to those ponies, and they was actually given life sentence up to 40 years. And Zephyr was actually proud to have put them in jail. And most of that, Jubilee loves Zephyr even more after this. Jubilee was very proud about Zephyr to be a co-owner, and he was actually allowed to take a vacation to go with Jubilee anywhere, and they actually went to Saudi Arabia for some sort of vacation. And during this vacation, Zephyr was actually thinking about something special for at least to show his appreciation, how much he appreciated Jubilee's confidence and mostly her love. And they had actually been together now for about only 3 whole weeks. When they was there in Saudi Arabia, Zephyr found a jewelry store. He was planning to give her a jewelry as a gift, but first he thought maybe a necklace, maybe earrings, but then he found the most perfect gift, a wedding ring. He was planning to propose to her, even though it had been too soon, but he knows she is the right mare for him. He bought it, and during their love hotel's restaurant, there he actually proposed, and she was beyond happiness. She was very excited and happy, and she said yes over and over. She couldn't even expect that he was going to propose to her so early, but she didn't mind. And when they came back, all his friends and his family were very, very excited. And especially his parents would never expect him to be married so soon. And they decided to hold their wedding in Cantonot. They had asked Fluttershy to be Sherry's bridesmaids and Spike to be his best man. And Cadence was the one who performed the ceremony. They actually celebrate their honeymoon in Crystal Empire for 2 whole weeks. And just barely 4 years later, they actually had a daughter. And only not 3 years later, they had a son. And they decided to move to Trottingham. And Cherry Jubilee continued to have her business back home and open another one in Trondheim. They both were so happy to be with each other, even had been married with each other for only about 4 years, and even that. They loved each other, remained strong no matter what happened. And that's how Zephyr Breeze and Cherry Jubilee found a true love and got a family. The end.